Hi guys, welcome back. This should be video number 5 of this paper 2 revision when we are focusing on recons. So we are now in the Northwest Prelim paper for the year 2023. And this is a very interesting paper because of the way they brought in their recons. You would find that they brought in 2 recons in one question here, which is question number 1. So let's quickly go and see what they wanted us to do in question number 1. It reads, the information supplied below was taken from the books of North Traders. Okay? And then use the information supplied and show how each item in the additional information would affect the debtors and the creditors, that is the errors and omissions. Show the effect by indicating a plus, a minus signs, followed by the amount in the table provided. The following balances and totals appeared in the general and subsidiary ledgers on 28 February 2023. So the totals were already put in for us here. So very important, once again, remember to add them as you go down. Remember to add them as you go down. Information number 1. So we're going to do your debtors recon and the creditors recon at the same time. That is the debtors control and the list, the creditors control and the list. So we should have covered your creditors recons properly, and I think this will cover the debtors recons properly as well. It reads number 1, an invoice. So I know once I hear invoice, that's a plus sign. Okay? An invoice for 2950 received from a supplier Traders was properly recorded in the appropriate journals and the general ledger, but was not posted to the account. So the keyword here, received from a supplier, that means here we're dealing with creditors. Okay, so we're going to come now to the creditors recon part, and we are told, but it was not posted to the account. Once I hear the word account, it is referring to the list. So I'm going to come to my creditors list and I'm going to say, remember here they said I must put either a plus or a minus. A plus or a minus. And my invoice, I know it is going to increase. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to say plus. Plus how much? Plus the invoice amount, which is your 2950, plus 2950. All right, let's move on to the next one. The next one then reads, an EFT for 4,500. That's an EFT, a payment. A payment is a minus. An EFT for 4.5 was received from a debtor whose account was previously written off as irrecoverable. So this is bad debts recovered. It was mistakenly recorded in the debtors control column of the CIJ. This is an error we know. And posted as such to the general ledger and the debtors ledger. So we know that once it is an amount that was recorded in the CIJ under the debtors control column, it decreases the debtors amounts. So that simply means our debtors control was decreased, but this amount is bad debts recovered. It should not affect our debtors at all. So we should come and add back that amount. So we come here, then we say in the debtors control plus 4,500. But we were told that it was posted as such in the general ledger and the debtors ledger. So we come to the list again, then we say plus 4,500. That is how we would correct that error. Go on to number 3. An invoice for 400 received from Sisha wholesalers. It's an invoice, so in my mind I know it's a plus. Received from Sisha wholesalers. All right, so already I know I'm dealing here with a what? A supplier. Creditors recon then. Was correctly entered in the relevant journal. That's the CJ. All right, but wrongly posted to the account of another creditor, Nyama wholesalers. Okay, so this transaction would not affect. Why? Because you're just going to have the error here is in the names. All right, it's from Sisha, but it was recorded under Nyama. So we did not record less nor more. Our list amount would still be the same. It won't affect the creditors control account because this is dealing with individual accounts here between Sisha and Nyama. So what would then happen here is we would come to the list and we can either say plus 400 minus 400. The difference is the same, or you could have simply recorded as 0. Do not leave it blank. Once you leave it blank, it would assume as if you did not attempt this transaction. So don't leave it blank. Record the 0 such that you can be marked there. Okay. Number 4, it reads, B-Bag's account of 4,600 is 4 months overdue. North Traders charged this account with 15% interest per annum for the 4 months. No entries have been made. You have to understand again, when we began, who are we? North Traders, this is us. So when you read this transaction, it will make sense. When you say B-Bag's account of 4.6 is 4 months overdue. North Traders, that is us, we have charged them interest. So this therefore refers to our debtors. So they were owing us 4.6 and the interest is 15% and this is for 4 months. If you punch that in a calculator, you should get 230. So the interest is 230. Once you have interest must be added both to the control and the list. Interest must be added both to the control and the list. However, it depends on the adjustment. So I'm going to come here. I know that interest will increase what the debtor owes me. So I'm coming here to say plus 230. And then I come to the list plus 230 because interest increases what the debtor owes us. Plus 230. Very important, 4 months. If you ignore this, you get a different amount here and therefore you will be marked wrong. Number 5, the bank statement showed an EFT. EFT means where there's a payment here, minus, which was received from Ogre, a debtor. So a debtor paid us. A debtor paid us. Okay? A debtor is paid us. In full payment of a debt of 970. So they paid us 920. In full settlement of a debt of 970. So the guy owed us 970, but they paid us 920. That means there was discount here of how much? There was discount of 50. The bookkeeper credited 920 to the debtor's control account. So the bookkeeper in the debtor's control only recorded 920 and did not record the discount. So we should go and record the discount. So we come here, we say minus 50. That's discount. Discount decreases what the debtor owes us. And reduced August's account with 290. August's account was reduced by 290, yet it was supposed to be reduced by 970. 970 is what this guy was owing us. But we went and we reduced it only by 290. So if you say 970 minus 290, and you will get a difference of 680. 680. So we should have reduced it by 970, but we reduced it by 290. So we should go again and reduce by a further 680 minus 680 more. Like that. All right. Let's go on to number 6. It says, a debtor C cake returned goods worth 980. A debtor's returned goods, 980. Okay, so we know we're in the debtors, Recon. The bookkeeper inadvertently recorded this in the creditors allowances journal. Ooh, so they're recording it in the wrong journals here. All right. He also posted to the creditors control account. That means the creditors control has an incorrect amount, but did not post it to the creditors ledger. Did not post it, but did not post to the debtors or the creditors ledger. Okay, so that means our debtors accounts need to be updated and we need to correct the creditors control. Let's start correcting the creditors control. The creditors control should not be affected by the return of goods by a debtor. When a debtor returns goods, it must not affect the creditors. So we went here and we recorded it in the creditors allowances journal. Creditors allowances journal means minus. It decreased our creditors in the control. So we should go and edit back. Plus 980. This must have been recorded in the debtors control. When we come to the debtors control, we are now saying debtor returned goods minus 980. And the list minus 980 because it is a return that was not recorded properly so. Let's go to number 7 now, which is the last one. It says, a debit note of 220 was received from a creditor. So it simply means we returned goods to a creditor, XY traders, in respect of trade discount. Okay, so this is not because we returned goods. This is in respect of a trade discount, okay? My bad. This is in respect of a trade discount. This is a debit note in respect of a trade discount. All right. Which they had granted. They had granted us a trade discount. The bookkeeper entered this in the correct journal, that is the CAJ, but posted it to the wrong side of XY traders in the creditors ledger. The general ledger is correct. The general ledger, we're talking creditors control. Creditors control is correct. So it is the creditors ledger that is incorrect. In the creditors ledger, we posted it to the wrong side. The wrong side means we went to say plus, yet it's a debit note that must have been recorded as a minus. So we come here, then we record it as minus 220 to cancel or to correct the error. Then we say again minus 220 to record this debit note. So we record the 220 twice. Someone would have just said minus 440. That would have been very correct. Then you take a calculator. We're going to add everything. So when you come down here, you're going to end up with 39,800. Here it also becomes 39,800. Here it becomes 48,530. The same here, 48,530. All right. So this was the recon that we were doing here. That is the debtors and the creditors recon.